going on, my friends? Welcome back. Another video, another day. It is Tuesday, which means we always attempt to go to Test and Tunes whether they have them or not. But tonight, it looks like tonight may be the night. We are chasing that 5:98 mile time. That is what we are after. We are loaded up and going to be headed to the track here within a couple minutes. It's actually a really nice day. It's not insanely hot or humid. Tonight's weather is supposed to drop down into, I would say, 70s, maybe high 60s, which is good. It's been 80s and 90s the entire week. So hopefully all of the stars are aligning. We have put in the necessary maintenance work, checking out the engine, the transmission, getting the truck really just prepped, gone over, all of our T's crossed, all of our I's dotted. I am feeling really good. So hopefully we'll have a great track night. So dually's loaded up. We're gonna be driving it, of course, because street truck. So anyway, boys, that is what we are after. One last thing before we leave here real quick. We are pushing the limits of our setup on the truck currently. So if we do, fingers crossed, knock on some wood, that we do hit our 590. We're not looking for 590, just 590. You know, we will probably stop right there. We are definitely in the 14 to 1500 horsepower with the weight that we're at. We're gonna reweigh the truck, get the actual weight at that track, kind of compare it. So we're gonna go through the process of starting right where we left off with tire pressure wise, with nitrous wise. Hopefully we can get our launches down good. But again, if we happen to hit our magic number, I don't know how far we're gonna push it, because we are gonna be using the engine in another project, and I don't really wanna push it outside of what it was really built for. You know, there's no fancy parts in this engine. There's no girdle, it's really just some rods. So we wanna make sure she's happy, she's healthy, and we're just gonna do our best to accomplish our goal and then move on after our new engine shows up. So that's the game plan. Start where we kind of left off, see how far we can get tonight. All right, officially time to go. Boys go with the trailer. Something tells me they're not going to swing through the drive-thru for dinner, so looks like drive-thru with the race truck is what it is. So we're going to pick up some dinner for the boys and then head to the track. No, thank you. Thank you. All right. You may have a street truck, but can your street truck sit through the drive-thru for 20 minutes? You want to know what I got to say? Full cup holders. If that doesn't scream America, we got cup holders and we got nitrous bottles. How street truck is your street truck? That's what I want to know. How long can your street truck wait in line at Wendy's for 3 meals? right, guys, well, we are gonna pull the data on pass number 1 just to kind of see where everything's at, make sure everything is happy. Spun a bunch, bounced a bunch, not the best start. 145 60 foot, 633, still a 990, but not what we're looking for this evening. But you know what, that's why we come out here, that's why we do it. All right, so Greg got a little happy feet on his first pass, so 26 pounds. Not that there needs to be an excuse, because there's no excuses here in this camp, but the sun beats right in your eyes. I tried to turn the lights on so I could actually see the boost gauge, like marker. Yeah. Wasn't working very well, but good to know. Good to know. Okay, no more leaving at 26 pounds. How'd everything else look? Still working on that?
Yep.
Tell you what, if we had a sensor on my brakes, they would. The EGT on my brakes were definitely through the roof.
Yeah, I can smell them when you got back.
Yeah. Should I try and hit the second turnaround?
Do you turn before the tickets?
No, not before. Right after.
Okay, that's right after the tickets.
Yeah.
And then there's another one.
Yeah, I didn't go to the far one.
Go to that one.
After pass number 2, same result, hop, skip, and a jump. We definitely left at 20 pounds that time. Nitrous is starting to come in a little harder, so Magic Mike, the nitrous man, is over there trying to calm the nitrous down so we can try and leave at 20 pounds. We did leave at 20 pounds this time. Started to creep up, kind of let down. That's why I let the light go. I was like, you know what, I don't care about the light. Let's try and leave at 20 pounds. Left at 20 pounds, still hopped, still out of 633, 634. But you know, this is Michael. This is why we test, right? This is why we come to Test and Tune, so we can figure this junk out, figure this stuff out. But truck is still doing well. Everything's still in one piece, still kicking butt. I'm gonna stop making quarter-mile passes unless it's a smooth 1/8 mile time. If we jump, if we skip, there's no point going quarter mile. But yeah, we're gonna make a couple more passes. It's getting dark, but it's starting to cool off a little bit more. The track is not really there like it was last time we were here, so that might be playing into it as well. But what are you gonna do? We're gonna make the best of what we can do, and that's all. next day, obviously, we only got 3 passes in. It was getting late, and we kind of just decided to end off with that 3rd pass. It did not get any faster. Michael, what was the 3rd time slip over here on that last 3rd pass? It was
629 at 110.
629 at 110. So we're closing out the video the day after because every time we try to do it the night of, every morning within like 6 to 10 hours, we always kind of come up with our analysis after we sleep on it, after we think on it. I will be the first to admit, I don't think we were quite on our game last night, but you know what, it happens. This is what kind of testing's all about, but we did kind of come up with some conclusions. Michael, interject whenever you'd like. So we did not accomplish our 590 pass, but you know what, that is okay. We have learned things, and
basically we both looked at each other last night and asked what the mile an hour was in previous passes, and neither one of us knew. So it kind of comes down to like just not being prepared, and we went from like 108 or 109 to 110 last night, but in reality, as you can see, like this was last night.
You're referencing 8th mile an hour.
Yeah. So last night we picked up another 3/100ths in, or almost 3/100ths in our 60 foot, which is great.
Left time slip is our best of last night. Right time slip is best of truck against Artie.
But as you can see, our mile an hour was down, and neither one of us could remember what we were doing because we were just probably exhausted. And as you can see, like mile an hour is kind of a horsepower. Like you can tell right away, it's not making as much power. Like here to here. And then our horsepower is, or and our mile an hour is not showing horsepower. So we need to go back to the shop and work on the truck and figure out why it's losing power. We also,
I was gonna say, we did come up with a couple things. Well, some really just the data is pointing us in a certain direction.
Yeah. So we lost, this is 57 pounds of boost on the last pass yesterday. And so that's like roughly 6 psi lower than it was, and our RPM on our turbo was almost, let's just call it 10,000 less. So we just had less everything.
Right. So we got less drive, we've got less boost, and we've got less turbo speed, which all can equate to obviously
horsepower.
Right. So on this pass we made X amount of boost. This one that we're going 2 to 3 tenths slower, we are down 6 to 8 psi, which could equal X amount of horsepower that we are down. So
yeah, we just had it's not, all we did last night was look at the N number, the 629, and like scratch our head of why it's not going faster when it's going faster on the 60 foot, and then we just kind of had a brain fart. So.
And also we were kind of introducing a couple new things all at the same time, trying to leave a little bit harder, which in turn kind of upset the suspension just a little bit, on top of kind of like the whole picture.
Yep, leaving harder. The track was different. It was set up for not, like it was set up more for a, I think they had like a top fuel dragster there before. Like all day testing, and they had a bunch of rubber on the track rather than radio prep where it's super sticky, like just all the little things. And then we also had a little bit more nitrous in it to try and make that 590 pass, and then so it's just kind of like more power, less track, or different track, leaving harder.
Nitrous was, we had more nitrous coming in sooner with leaving harder, upsetting suspension.
Cooler night.
So
and just
So basically, all in all, you know, just lots of learning. But key thing to take away is we would not know anything without our data logger. Like we would have came back here and been like, okay, well, we know our mile an hour is down. Like, where do we even start to begin with? Like, is there something hurt in the engine? Is something slipping? We don't really know, but right now we can kind of pinpoint that we have
it's
less boost.
Yep. Like, for instance, we came in without, we were still kind of like waking up this morning, and it was like, hey, should we pull the cylinder head off and check everything out? And you're like, okay, how much work and money and effort is it to pull the cylinder head off? And then instead we look at some data and you're like, hey, we should boost check it. And how much does that cost you to do? You know,
yep.
Yet we don't know the problem yet, but that's just like an example.
And I forgot that. So the log that you're looking at is the second pass, correct? Because I did not hit record on the last one.
Oh yeah, so it is the second pass.
So it is the second one. So that one was even slower. So, but yeah, all in all, guys, I mean, this is, you got to look at everything. This is where you kind of make or break fixing the truck, not beating your head off against the wall, coming up with a direction to kind of figure out what happened, because, you know, the 610 at the end of the first time we've ever took it out, and then against Artie, really came very easily. We didn't have to really try. We honestly were already like celebrating our 590. I mean, at least I was. I definitely was. I was like already writing my Instagram post about 100% overs and a 5.9 pass. But you know what? Sometimes this is what happens, and it's good. It makes the win that much more sweet. But anyway, we will pull the truck in eventually within the next couple days. We're going to be doing some more work on the Peterbilt first before that. But there is a test and tune next week. We might actually just skip that and test and tune the first gen, because first gen needs some love too. Hey, nice shirt, by the way. Did you get that shirt from Wrenchworks? Oh, that's a nice shirt, dude. Oh, and the hat. Wow, nice outfit. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. The 05 will make a 590 pass on that engine setup. Mark my words, it will happen. But you know what? Sometimes they make you work just a little bit harder for it, and that's what we're going to do. So thank you, guys. I will see you in the next one. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Can't leave you out there, buddy. I almost said, you know, I'll see, you know, we'll see you in the next one. All right. Adios. See ya.